Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Aka amahara ni kanzumarimasu, kamurogi kamurogi no mikoto mochite, sumemi yoya kamizanagi no mikoto, tsukushi no himuka no tachihana no, odo no ahagi hara ni, misogi hara itamo, Toki ni narimaseru, haraido no o kami tachi, moro moro no makagoto sumikegare o, harai tamae kiyomi tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio, Amatsu kami kunitsu kami ao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fushikoma no mimi fukitatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi kashikomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya no shino kami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Kam nagara, tamachi haemase. Kam nagara, tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. Let us listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Honesty, From Daily Inspirations, page 61. The world is full of deplorable conditions, all due to the actions of dishonest people. It is within in an insincere and dishonest mind that the seeds of all evil are sown, cultivated, and grown. The turmoil that fills the world is caused by the dishonest and deceitful words that people speak. Some people are willing to say or do anything, even if it is dishonest, to attract others to their cause. They believe that a positive end justifies negative means. That is not right, of course. When it comes to God's work, especially, the means we employ should always be honest and above reproach. People ought to become members of our group only because they sincerely believe that what we teach is true and valuable. Once your spiritual body is sufficiently purified and your character refined through the practices of our teachings, eventually you will find it difficult or impossible to tell a lie. Faith experience from Mariana Pozobon Rubim de Farias, from Tangará da Serra Johrei Center, Mato Grosso, Brazil. Mariana is 30 years old, and since childhood, she has suffered from strong and frequent throat infections. She took antibiotics constantly, which did not resolve her situation. She experienced at least two throat infections each month. Her body couldn't handle so many medications she was taking, and she began having intense bouts of vomiting. In 2017, her doctor suggested removing her tonsils, as he saw surgery as the only solution for her case. However, she decided to wait a few months as her school graduation was near. In the same period, a Johrei friend, who is now her husband, talked to her about Johrei. Thereafter, Mariana visited a Johrei center, and when she received her first Johrei, she felt so much peace and joyfulness. Following a suggestion given by a lay leader, Mariana continued to receive Johrei for 30 days, and during this period, she no longer experienced any infections. In 2018, Mariana graduated and returned to her hometown, where there is no Johrei center. Consequently, in order to continue receiving Johrei, she attended weekly Johrei gatherings at the home of a family of members in her town. For months, there was no more crisis, which awakened in her the desire to become a Johrei member, which occurred in May of 2018. However, 5 months later, she experienced a new infection. With the study of Meishu-sama's divine writings, she learned that she needed to go through the purification process to clean the toxins accumulated in her body by the excessive use of medicines, and that if the process was interrupted, the toxins will solidify again, which would lead to new and more severe purifying processes. Thus, she chose to phrase her purification solely with Johrei. Mariana received 30 minutes from Johrei with a lay leader who lives in her town and channeled self Johrei for at least an hour each time. Within a week, she had completely recovered. From then on, Mariana no longer had throat infections, have been more than 3 years without that physical purification and without relying on any kind of medications. She recognizes this as a great miracle because before being introduced to Johrei, she had lost hope of improving her health. Mariana is deeply thankful to God and Meishu-sama, as well as to her ancestors, for the permission to meet Meishu-sama and learn about our practices of faith. She continues to participate in the Johrei gatherings in her town, attends monthly services at her Johrei center, and gives service as a class assistant for advanced training sessions and nature farming courses. Mariana has committed to bringing the light of God to the greatest number of people, especially those who are undergoing purification, so that their lives can be transformed as happened to herself. Thank you very much. This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.